time for our grand finale from FM22. It is a massive one as well. We face Liverpool, who are champions again with 100 Premier League points in an FA Cup final as we try and defend our crown after an easy run last year. It's been far from that this time, but we've got a chance to win a trophy. We've still got a very good chance at the top four. 2 home games remaining against 2 of the disappointments of the league this year. How will we get on? Let's go and find out. Yes, hello and welcome along to the 18th and final part of Building Brighton with me, Daniel. We are remarkably on the cusp of back-to-back FA Cup wins, something we didn't think was possible, and incredibly, possibly a top 4 finish as well. Not because we've got a great points total, we could potentially do it on 69 points. But the issue at the moment is that Arsenal have been awful, Tottenham have been awful, Newcastle have underperformed. I mean, look at the table generally. I know Liverpool and City have got tons of points, but the relegation zone is going to be 3 teams in the 20s. It's really, really poor, and we're trying to take advantage. So if you're looking forward to that and seeing how we get on, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe for daily FM23 content as soon as the beta releases. Our 2 long-term stories will both be out each day throughout the first couple of weeks. And of course, you can stay up to date with everything by turning that notification bell on. There's links in the eye above to some of my FM23 save ideas and my plans, including all the stories, as well as the Twitch channel for daily live streams. And down in the description below, you can find links to all the other platforms and ways to support the channel. But thank you very much for coming along for the final time in FM22. We have got Liverpool. We'll probably play Newcastle off camera, and then we'll play Spurs in our final game. But the main one is today. For the 2nd year in a row, I say the same thing. I hate the FA Cup final not being at the end of the season. We'll take a look at the fitness tests in a moment, but let me very quickly show you the scores that got us here. And it's fair to say our form has suffered from the ridiculous schedule we were left with. You were with me for Arsenal and Villa, 2 defeats. We did bounce back with our first team against Leicester, a 3-2 win away from home in that one. McAllister with 2 and Adeyemi 1. We then went to the reserves at the weekend, lost to Leeds. And the first team won against Brentford, 4-0 in that one. McAllister, Adeyemi, Zakarian and Tom Claridge, last year's youth intake start with his first league goal for the club. And then a 1-1 draw against Arsenal as we rotated everyone. They basically rotated everyone. And we look ahead to a big game tonight. So let's see how we get on against Liverpool. The fitness tests probably aren't great because even the first team only played 5 days ago. Solly March is fit enough for the bench. But let's see if we can get our first 11 out. Back in a minute to run through the team for our 2nd successive FA Cup final. And we start with a very big call between the sticks. Robert Sanchez, last year's FA Cup final hero, this year's FA Cup semi-final hero, starts ahead of Livakovic. The rest of the team is exactly what you'd expect it to be. Veltman, Dunk and Webster at the back 3, Lamptey and Cucurella the wing backs. We've got Basuma and Berger in the middle, McAllister, Zakarian the number 10s, and Karim Adeyemi. Not quite as many as last year, but he's still on to 31 goals for the season, 20 in the league, 1 in the FA Cup. Can he add to that today? That's going to be the big question. We've got a fully fit Mepham, March, Gross and Hlozek on the bench and a mostly fit Trossard, Murder and Kelvin. But let's see how Liverpool compare. They played their last league game to wrap up the title in the week. But now they've got nothing to worry about after today. So they can probably gamble their first 11. And add into our previous point, as Liverpool make 4 changes, it's first team apart from the goalkeeper, who they've rotated and brought in Kelleher. But we're looking at the moment. They played 1 day earlier than us Tuesday night. They've got 8 days off after this no midweek game. They're in great shape. They've got 100 points on the board. I mean, we talked about the strengthening of the squad this summer. None of them start today. But on the bench, you've got Paulo Dybala, just in case he's needed. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Let's go and have a look at the dressing room. What sort of spirit are they in? Not too bad, to be honest. We've got most of them motivated. We're going to do our usual trick of trying to make this a very boring cup final. Sit behind the ball, keep in a shape, and keep it 0-0 as long as possible. It's not going to be one for the purists, but hopefully it'll be effective. And we're back just a few minutes in. Liverpool attacking down the left with Luis Diaz. In for Mane today. It's brilliant footwork, but his shot's comfortably over the bar. Doesn't threaten Sanchez just yet, but warning signs early on. Corner kick for Brighton. A quarter of the game gone. It's been very quiet, to be honest. Sander Berge can't quite get on the end of that one. And it's worked back to Lamptey on halfway, who's forced all the way back to the keeper. That's not ideal. Cucurella can bring it away, though. There's no pressure on him. Gets to halfway and finds Berge. Zakarian to Adeyemi. Through to McAllister. He's one-on-one. Forced wide. Zakarian. Oh, it's into Lamptey and Basuma. And we've taken the lead. I am very, very surprised by that. I thought the chance was gone when McAllister was forced wide. Zakarian had made a poor run. But eventually it works back to Lamptey. It's a nice calm ball to Basuma. And we're 1-up with nearly half an hour gone. But Liverpool are straight back on the attack. Robertson gets it from Salah back to Henderson. Good block from Sander Berge to Virgil van Dijk. Part culpable, I would say, for the goal there. Forced McAllister wide, but then let him turn back and lay it off. As it's wide to Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. The midfield runner's crucial again, but now they've got to do their work. Be disciplined, be defensive. And Alexander-Arnold takes on Cucurella. Salah through to Jota. It's great football, and it's a stunning block from Lewis Dunk. Club legend didn't have a good semi-final, but that was a big intervention there. Robertson takes the corner, up to Henderson. Dunk there again to head away, only as far as Salah. Great block Zakarian. They're all putting their foot in, and it's cleared to Adeyemi. Now he can counter. He's left against just 2 defenders, but Curtis Jones mops up. An eventful half an hour, 1 shot on target each, but ours went in. That's the crucial bit. As Alexander-Arnold gets it on the right. Liverpool certainly looking the more threatening. We've just got to hold a shape here. Back to Thiago. Inside, it's going to be intercepted, is it? No. Back to Curtis Jones. Onto his right, to Alexander-Arnold. At the byline, delivers to Diaz. Great block, Veltman. Hoof clear by Dunk. Oh, it's a clinging on job. It's too early in the game to be doing this. We're hanging on for dear life with 40 minutes gone. But at half-time, we lead the FA Cup final. And magic might just be in the air again. Let's tell the lads to keep it up because this is a sterling effort. Liverpool have battered us most of the times this season and we put in a real effort here. Despite them having a lot of shots, most are from distance, we're getting blocks in. Like that ball straight through to Diaz from the kickoff. Oh my words. After all the hard work to stay ahead in the first half, to then give away a goal of that quality from the kickoff is atrocious. The back three parted. Veltman at fault, just lost sight of his man. Lamptey didn't bother to follow either. And Liverpool are back on terms. I'm guessing Klopp got the hairdryer out as Basuma finds Dunk. It's all the way back to the keeper there. Webster brings it into midfield though and Zakarian. Support out wide. Lovely turn to Adeyemi. Finds Cucurella. Need to get Adeyemi in behind here really as Basuma flicks onto him. Van Dijk intercepts. Last ditch defending that. Robertson chips over the top, only as far as Veltman. He finds Webster and Sander Berge. Back to Webster again. Could we encounter any of these guys in FM23? That's what I'm starting to ask myself. Who cares for now though, because Lamptey's in behind. It was a great ball. Into the box, Robertson brings him down. Do not bottle that. Do not go to VAR and give Liverpool the benefit of the doubt here. Don't you dare. Penalty awarded. Karim Adeyemi versus Kelleher, the sub-keeper for Liverpool. Who scores it? Adeyemi. Yes, of course he does. Into the bottom corner. Keeper had no chance. This is the most exciting cup final we've had in years. 2-1 Brighton. 2 goals in 3 minutes at the start of the second half. And chaos is potentially on the way. We are going to have to think about changes soon. There's some tired legs out there. But forget 4th in the league. Winning the FA Cup would be everything. As Lamptey gives it to McAllister and Adeyemi to Zakarian. Back to Sander Berge and Basuma. To Zakarian again. That's a poor ball. Cleared away as far as Salah. Back to Matip. Out to Alexander-Arnold, but Cucurella reads it well. Sander Berge finds Webster. We're well in possession here. Just got to find that through ball. Cucurella does. Zakarian's in. Oh, great save, Kelleher. For all of Liverpool's dominance of possession and territory, we look a big threat every time we counter them. McAllister takes the corner. Can we find a set piece? Gomez away as far as Dunk. Down to Zakarian. Has a yard but passes to Veltman. Sander Berge. Back to Dunk. Chips wide. It's intercepted. Alexander-Arnold heads clear. With an hour gone, we're clinging on. We are a quarter of the game away from history. And I've got to think about subs soon. I know we've got 4 days off to the next one, but fresh legs are going to help us win this final. As Basuma chips up to Zakarian, he's in again. How easy was that chance? Great block from Matip. Where on earth is the Liverpool defence in this game? I'm going to bring Murder on for Sander Berge, I think, although he's tired. I'm just going to wait. 75 minutes too early. Let's get through to the 80. It's a corner kick. If we score here, we can maybe think a bit differently. As McAllister takes it to the back post, Gomez heads away. Dunk will get there. I'm thinking replacing McAllister might even help the set pieces, to be honest. So with 10 to go, I am going to do that. McAllister off, Gross on, and we'll leave the other two. I'm not confident enough. I think there might be time wasting subs in stoppage time here, because there is nothing telling me to do this early. 4 minutes of stoppage time separate us from remarkable back-to-back FA Cup successes. Let's get the wing-backs onto defensive duties, and as part of that back five, because it is not the time for us to mess around here. We are also going to bring on Jakob Murder for Sander Berge. We'll put Zakarian in the deep line playmaker role. Murder as a holding midfielder. We are not going to get more defensive than this. It's going to be Murder as a deep line playmaker on defend. Zakarian can be a deep line playmaker on support. Oh, what do we do with the final one? Webster's not had the best game. Do I bring on Mepham? I don't really want to mess with the back five. We're instead going to go to time wasting all the time. I'm sure you can forgive me on this occasion. Slightly more direct passing. Be more disciplined. In transition, we're going to slow it down. Hold our shape. Out of possession, we're going to drop both lines. We're not going to prevent their goalkeeper having it. In fact, he can have it the whole 4 minutes if he wants. Let's get back into it. We'll play out a minute, and then we'll make a third sub as Gross finds Basuma. A third goal would certainly settle the nerves, but at the moment we're keeping the ball well. Basuma being pressed tight. Liverpool have got to go for it. Berger and Basuma with a 1-2. It would be a ridiculous success if we pull this off. Completely unexpected as Lamptey to Basuma. Inside to Berger. There's space in behind now. Cucurella has support. Goes down the line. Just cross it. Win a corner. Anything. Into the box. Matip away. And Nico Williams gets it clear. And now we've not got any men back because the changes haven't been made. It's over the top to Jota. He's in one-on-one. Brilliant save, Robert Sanchez. Absolutely super goalkeeping. And now we can get everyone behind the ball. There's 90 seconds of stoppage time left. Basuma can barely move. Zakarian's not fresh. Adeyemi's not. But I'm going to take off Cucurella for Solly March. Or in fact, I might even do it for Kelvin. We'll put Kelvin on there. We'll switch Lamptey to the left. Let's get two proper fullbacks on and see out this 90 seconds. I think we're going to do it. Brighton and Hove Albion against a 100-point Liverpool and against all the odds. Last year we got lucky in the FA Cup. We faced no side above us until the final, and then it was Spurs chasing their first major trophy in 14 years. It all went wrong for them. But this season, we have beaten Premier League sides, I think in every single round, and most of them away from home too. Brighton win the FA Cup in both seasons of this save. It's not realistic. I feel it's been a bit too easy to achieve. But forget the AI deficiencies for now. This team have worked wonders, and it's been an absolute joy. Brighton and Hove Albion, a second successive FA Cup trophy. Now let's get to the end of the Premier League season and see if we can wrap up Champions League football. That would be a first. And we return for the final game of the Premier League season, which is one we can just relax and enjoy because a late Karim Adeyemi, who else, comeback brace, secured us a victory against Newcastle in the week. And that means we are guaranteed fourth, a 65 million transfer budget and Champions League football with Brighton and Hove Albion. Rebuild complete. Haaland on 44 goals this time. Adeyemi, he won his one and only golden boot. He's not getting another one now. But let's get through the fixtures. Let's get into the game against Spurs. What a crushing disappointment they've been in this save. Lost the FA Cup final to us when we didn't have the same quality as now. And now they're ninth in the Premier League. They're falling away. They're having a poor one. But they've got a chance to stop us today. And then maybe you can go and sign Son or Kane or someone as they're no longer in Europe at all. United, who we lost to in the Europa League incidentally, did then win the trophy in midweek. So let's see how many of our 11's fit. And then we'll be back in a minute to run through it. Well, a slight knock to Adam Hlozek means he misses out on the squad entirely today. Basuma the only one not in full condition, but I want him to be involved in our final match day at the club. so he's going to be on the bench regardless. The starting 11 though, aside from him, is what you would consider first choice. From the FA Cup final, it means Livakovic is back in. It also means, of course, that we've got Jakob Murder in alongside Sander Berge. But the rest of it is what you've known for a long time. So let's see how it gets on today. Brighton v Tottenham, a repeat of the first season's FA Cup final. What a way to end. 3 changes for Spurs. In come Dyer, Højbjerg and Winks. I mean, they've not improved bar their attack, have they? And I think that shows where perhaps they're struggling. No sign of Bentancur. Maurizio Sarri's in charge. And Demiral, the only new defender. But at the moment, we are looking hopeful of getting ourselves a win on the final day. So we're going to ask the lads to do their best. We're going to get into the first half at a sold-out Amex. But I can understand if they're not at full tilt. Because after the FA Cup, it's hard to motivate yourself. And we're back with a Spurs throw. 10 minutes on the clock. It's worked to Reguilon on the left byline into Emerson Royale. And the other fullback heads over the bar. But good from their point of view to see him arriving late in the box. Showing a lot of ambition here. Liverpool being held at home to Brentford. They're on 101 points now, don't forget. But at the moment, we are looking to try and nick a win. As Lloris gives the ball away from a goal kick to Berge. Out to Cucurella on the left. Gotta say, Sander Berge has been such a pivotal signing for this team. It's the one area we struggled as Lallana aged last season. And as well as adding that set-piece threat, that physical, imposing presence in the middle, he's been excellent on the ball too. As Cucurella to the byline, into Zakarian. He's not been bad either. Not wanting to be outdone. He heard us talking about Sander and said, why don't you have a talk about me? Because I'm a spectacular player. Lots of goals. He's developed and made that position his own. And to keep Trossard out the team is no mean feat. As Son misses a header from 2 yards out. I think this might be our day. And with half an hour gone, we're back with a Cucurella throw on the left to Zakarian and Webster. Back into Zakarian again. He's had a great first half. That shot's blocked to Adeyemi. Back to Sander Berge. Oh, I thought he was going to outdo his teammate there. Just over the bar. It was a cracking effort. And Cucurella is causing chaos down the left with McAllister. 1-2, but gets it back out wide. Delivers the cross early. Demiral heads away. I think the crucial thing both of those two midfielders have done, though, they've added height to the team. They've added that physical edge in the middle. 4 lads, 3 of them over 6 foot. And then a goal scorer like that through the middle. Adeyemi puts it in. We're checking VAR. There ain't nothing wrong with that goal. Let me tell you now. This will be awarded. It will be 2-0. And Brighton having an easy finish. And we're back again on this left-hand side with Cucurella. 10 minutes to the break. We're rampant, and you can see why Spurs have struggled this year. They're leaving Isak on the bench as McAllister hits the bar. And defensively, they haven't improved. But they've brought in a big money striker to chuck on a substitutes bench. They've got weaker in the middle, having lost Bentancur. Højbjerg and Winks, it's not as strong as it was. Skip the only other option there. I'm not really sure what they've done as Royale gets it into Kane. Good challenge from Webster, and McAllister can get it away. Long downfield towards Adeyemi, but Demiral wins it. Zielinski holds up to Kulusevski. Can we finally see a shot on target for Spurs? Reguilon through to Kulusevski. That might be the one. It's not. It's a second glorious chance at a match for them. But both of them have missed the target. And at half-time, as a result, it's 2-0. And the only difference is ruthlessness. And we've got a better defence when the ball's in the box. So we'll tell the lads we're happy. It's a brilliant finish. Now let's see if we can back it up in the second half. Into the final 20 minutes of our season, I was about to make a change. But I'm going to wait now because Spurs have got possession. And you know that I've got a superstition during highlights. McAllister can't get to Zielinski, who puts it wide to Reguilon. Free making a run. Kane's one of them. It's a great finish. The keeper maybe could have saved it at his near post, but it was hit first time. No backlift. A lot of power. And Dunk lost his man into the box. So tough to call. But let's make some subs. Jakob Murder will be replaced by Basuma for the last few minutes. Dunk again having a poor game. He's going to come off for Chris Mepham. And in the final one, it might even be McAllister. And we'll replace him with Trossard. Not a bad 3 subs to bring on. And probably shows the strength we've built in this save. And with 10 minutes to go, Basuma's got himself in the book already. Did not take him long off the bench. Spurs are on the attack. They're throwing so many men in behind. Nelson has put another sitter wide. I'm going to drop to balance because we're getting done in behind here. But at the moment, Spurs, I mean, that's 3 glorious chances they haven't even hit the target with. On another day, we could have lost this. As Mepham gets the ball to Webster. We might yet still, of course, with 3.5 left. And with Webster passing the ball to Harry Kane. And Kulusevski's missed another one. I have no idea how we're still winning this match because we have been utterly awful at the back. Sander Berg switched it to Lamptey, somehow gets there before the wing-back, finds Zakarian, up to Adeyemi, through to Trossard, who I think was offside. He puts it in, but that ain't going to count. Let's drop Cucurella to support, just try and shore things up a bit. But I think that'll be disallowed. It is. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. 2-1 Brighton, but it's still anyone's game. Having said that, we're into just 2 added minutes, and Spurs are not going to offer the threat here. They should have got a result. They were equal to us, if not slightly better in terms of clear chances. But at the end, it's 2-1 Brighton. We finish 4th in the Premier League. And while I've got a lot of complaints, particularly about the lacking of realism in the transfer market, we cannot complain of the quality of our side. It's preposterous that Adeyemi would score 28 goals in his first Premier League season, win the Golden Boot, win European Golden Boy, and he wouldn't get one transfer offer in the summer. That's ridiculous. It seems strange that none of the big guns really got any offers at all. Only Duncan Sanchez got some in the summer. But regardless, 4th place, a brilliant finish. Now let's go and end this save with the end of year review. Despite all the things that the AI could have done, we've done our job brilliantly. And here it is. The FA Cup trophy is there for the 2nd year in a row. Remarkable achievements, really. Yes, AI failings, but supreme success from us. And look at the way we spent our money in the summer. Lozek and Kelvin integrated well in Europe, helped us towards our goals. They'll get even better in the future. Zakarian, Levakovic and Sander Berger, just brilliant signings. Transfers out. Don't forget we bought in tons of money, sold 3 pages worth of players. And some of the money we've got in. To be fair, we barely spent any money this year overall. It's a massive, massive compliment to Brighton's recruitment team. We win the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup unfortunately went at the hands of Liverpool. The Europa League at the hands of Manchester United. And the Premier League, 4th place, Champions League football. We finish by making history with Brighton. You can't ask for more than that. A 5-0 win against rivals Palace, the match to remember early in the season. In fact, that was the biggest win. The match to remember was the 4-1 win at home to Porto, which we revelled in seeing on camera just a few months ago. And a brilliant win at West Ham saw goal of the season, Sander Berger, deservedly wrapping up an award. Let's get through to the finances. The club reputation will definitely go up next year. All of the revenue has from being in the Europa League, and we went on a pretty lengthy run in it too. Adeyemi, the top shirt seller, not many surprises below that. Perhaps Trossard having fallen out of the team this year. The best 11 is our exact 11. Well done. It's absolutely spot on. We definitely know our best team. Adeyemi, most goals in a match was 3. Levakovic, 14 clean sheets. Bad discipline for Cucurella. Record transfer for Sander Berger. But what a set of performances from Alexis McAllister, who wraps up player of the season. Deservedly so as well. 12 assists, 9 man of the matches. Highest average rating. Only bettered by Adeyemi on the top scorer front. But it's history in the making. It's another FA Cup win. And what a way to do it. We finish on the ultimate high. Now let's finish on the competition screen so we can revel in the trophy. Thank you very much for coming along for this series. If you did enjoy the final episode, please do put a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and turn that notification bell on because the beta is imminent for FM23 and you know what we're going to be doing. Our save plans are up in the eye above, as are loads of ideas and top 3s to get you going for the new game. I hope you enjoy them if you haven't seen them already and are looking forward to 2 daily episodes, both of our long-term stories throughout the beta period. Come and follow us on Twitch as well. We'll have regular live streams over there and there's links to all the other platforms down below to make sure you don't miss a thing. But above my head now are my FM23 save plans. It's the final chance to see them before the beta. I hope you're looking forward to them. I am. And I'll see you next time with episode 1 of the FM23 Head Coach.